What's up, JD?
What advice have you given Victor about the grind of the season? I mean, now that the games are coming pretty fast and furious, have you told him about, adjusting, getting his rest, those sort of things?
I have not yet. You know me, I think part of this whole process is guys have to figure things out for themselves as well. And this is the nature of the beast of this business. And he'll hear it from his teammates, which he has a great group around him to warn him. He'll feel it for himself. Because right now we're practicing and playing preseason games, and I'm not really concerned about how sore guys are, and we're trying to get things accomplished and done for the regular season. And so his own body will talk to him. But there'll be a point where I'll sit down and try to forewarn him of some things that might be on the horizon, so he can be prepared for it. But I'd like for him to figure out some of those answers himself.
You've said that this is your job, and part of your job is being ready, being rested and ready, right?
Without a doubt. I remember my mom and dad coming home and cooking a meal and laying down and having to go to sleep and get up the next day and go to work. That's part of it. That's part of the process. Being smart enough to make the right decision so you can get up the next day and do your job.
Now that the preseason is in its second half, do you start looking at potential rotations a little bit more than you did in the first 4 preseason games or so?
I won't yet. Last game was the first game. I probably played Jameer and Victor together. We'll probably see that again at some point. For instance, Maxiel will start tonight at 4. There you go, Josh. Gave you something. It starts tonight at 4. So we're still going to fill out some things a little bit. And there'll be a game again where I will sit some guys again within these last 4. We'll use our practice time, and we'll be smart about what we do, putting guys on the floor. I want everyone healthy as we go into the regular season. That's the main goal.
Tobias is ankle okay?
Yeah, he is. He could go tonight. I'm going to pull a coach's decision, and I'm not going to play him tonight. But he could definitely go, and I'm going to be cautious and hold him back tonight.
How about Duran and Ronnie? What's their status as far as getting on the court?
Let's see. Duran will not go tonight, and Ronnie's ready to go. Just depends if I decide to put him in tonight.
Coach, is Jason Maxiel the only change to the starting lineup for the last time?
Going to push it, huh? I give you something that's going to go all the way there. All the way, yes. So we'll go Jameer, Aaron, Maurice, Maxiel, and Vucevic.
Speaking of Nick, Nick's had a couple moments where he's talked about how he'd like to emulate his style of play after Marc Gasol. Does that fit into what you want out of him? And does that put an extra emphasis on his battle with Marc Gasol tonight?
Well, Marc is arguably one of the best centers in the league. I think if you polled his peers and people across the league, they'd say he's one of the top bigs in the league. And if they can say that about Nick and it's true, then I'll take that. So he feels he needs to emulate his game after Marc, and that's inspiration for him. We all have inspiration in life.
Through 4 preseason games, I see that Andrew's 5 of 8 from 3-point range. Was there anything from the
jinx him? What are you doing? Can't do. My goodness.
Was there anything from the end? How did this? Who in the organization, or what did you see in him at the end of last season, or what did someone else see that thought that he could become a 3-point shooting threat?
Well, I think. And I think I stated it last year at some point that if Andrew was shooting an 18 or 19-foot shot, we were all pretty comfortable that he was going to make it. And, his ability to make 18 and 19-footers. And I think it was just organizationally a chance for us to push his limits. And we talk about that, maximizing guys' talents. The coaching staff, in particular, Coach Unsell Jr. works with Andrew and puts in an extreme amount of work in getting Andrew prepared and ready every day, and part of that was stretching his game to 3. And Andrew has put in the work, and I think you've seen the results.
What are you seeing as far as competition-wise from the training camp invites? There's one, maybe two spots up for grabs, and it seems like you're getting some type of production in some various ways from every one of them. Just talk about that, and how rare is that where you see all those guys produce?
I think it's rare because of, well, rare in the sense that you're seeing it because I've said before, when we invite people to camp, we invite them to try to make our team, not just to be bodies or, just to practice, and they're here to make the team. And so when we went out and tried to get people to come out and be a part of our, training camp, there was a vision to it, and guys have been producing, and I think that's why we'll see them again in some heavy minutes for us to kind of get a better feel of all four of them.
Talking about minutes, is there a set limit that you will not play guys now that you're entering the second half of the preseason?
We'll probably never get to a regular season minute rotation in preseason. It's kind of like training for a marathon. You never run the marathon before you actually get to the marathon. You run up to a certain amount of mileage, and then once the marathon happens, then you run it. Once regular season happens, we'll play our regular minutes, but I'll never get to regular season minutes in preseason.
Okay, we all know about Max defensively and on the boards. What do you see his role offensively? Is he going to be a jump shooter? Is he going to post-up guy, mix and match?
Well, I think he's a guy in our offense. You'll see him being able to roll, finish. I think last game you saw him being able to pass the basketball for us also. He's got long arms. He can finish at the rim. He's already had a few dunks this year. And so I think more than anything, you'll see an aggressive to the rim, get fouled kind of attack from Max.
Do you want him to stay away from that jump shot? I know his percentages in Detroit were kind of up and down. Is that a shot you're comfortable with him taking, that 16, 17-foot shot?
If he can make it go in 75% of the time, you bet I'm comfortable with it. But if not, we need to be more judicious with our shot selection.
Coach, with all these roster invitees doing their part, do you find it difficult to find minutes for all of these guys in the preseason?
I think I've taken an approach where some days I don't play him. I'd rather give a guy 15 minutes, kind of like we did in Houston. You really get a sense of a guy playing than to put him out there 2 minutes and judge him on that. I think that's unfair. And so there'll be a game again, like I said, where some of our rotation players will not play to give our camp invites another really good look. Did you come to the party?